blinking up and down, it's because I don't know if I got like a sty or some type of conjunctivitis. But my eye, yeah, but it's getting better. I just got to keep hot compresses on it. Take my herbs, which I didn't do, and drink. I think just drink a lot of water and just kind of fast. I think I should fast just a tad bit on smoothies and what have you. So, cause yes, it's got that feeling. But anyway, and it's annoying the feeling. It's like something's in there. And it's annoying. But high bun. Let's give it to the high bun today. High bun. Let's give it to the gray coming in. Let's give it to the hair growth on the side. So I twisted it because I definitely want my hair to grow in this way. That's all. I just want more of it. I'm eventually one day when I really am ready, I'm going to definitely go locks. I'm going to go to gray locks. I'm going to go to bongo dreads, the natty dreads that I always wanted to do. Yeah, I'm going to definitely one day. But right now, I'm loving on this braid style. Like, I'm loving on it. So we'll see. We'll see. But there's no rush. There's no rush because we have all eternity. So that lovely music you're hearing, it was playing since I got home from like work, let's say, from like 6 p.m. And today is the next day, and they have not stopped. I thought it was like some type of revival or something, but when I got out this morning to come back from to my fruits and vegetables, I saw the men and women in the funeral wear, which for the God people, the color is black and white. And they were near, so I'm thinking that this might just be a Ghanaian funeral, which I heard they can last for days. So, thank goodness I was so exhausted yesterday. So when I came home, I was knocked. I went to bed at literally, I was sleeping at 7 p.m. I woke up by 11 because the church was still going on. It is in the church, still going on. And then I sat up and I had the nerve to watch like a YouTube, I think. And at midnight, I went back and slept to 6. So I feel good, and I need a lot more of it for sure. So hanging out with my friends, so they know we're 50 with a younger man. Like this is the. It doesn't feel to me that much different than dating a younger man than an older man in that. And it's something that I didn't even know that I was gonna say. In that, it's another human being that you got to get to know him. You don't know him, and you want to get to know him. There's no difference in that. Getting to know somebody is getting to know somebody. Getting to know a 5-year-old is the same as getting to know a 50-year-old as far as who is this person, where do they come from, what do they like, same stuff, exactly. Also dealing with a man, the black man is dealing with a black man, whether it's Ghanaian, whether it's a black American. And what do I mean by that is, or just maybe just dealing with a man, the strength, the just good traits, just man's traits that are good. Same. The difference is the spirit, the religion, or the culture, which I love because it's like I get to learn something new. The one thing that I will say is, it's like I just feel like I'm just something that I'm just feeling. Like you will give up your culture a little bit, I think, to date outside of a culture. I don't know, just for me dating the African. Or you know it or not, because they're not as interested in your culture as they are interested in you being interested in their culture. It's like, it's not bad, it's probably normal. So they're constantly teaching you about their ways because they should. And you can teach about yours, but yours have no relevance. A culture is what it does, not what it says it does, period. It's what it does, not what it says it does. So once you have a culture, so if you try to explain your culture as Black Americans, me in Ghana, people get it, but there's no room to apply it. So then it's not as real. And that's just something. So yeah, coming to another country, you do have to accept on some level some of the cultural things that they don't have to accept about you. They just don't. They don't see you enough. They may never see you again, you know. So that's a wonderful thing. You can learn that in many ways. You don't have to date somebody to learn that. You'll learn that in your own way. Like I'm telling you, I know that I will always be American. So I like the taxi driver say, you know, as much as you look African, you even pass for Ghanaian. The Ghanaians will never accept you as Ghanaian, nor any other diaspora, just because it's the culture. It's the culture, it's the tribe, and even deeper culture. And I think I don't know what he was saying. He was grouchy already. But anyway, but still, he was right. I think that it's okay. I don't think it's something that we need to. They know it's not that they don't accept who you are. As a matter of fact, because you're not a Ghanaian, they accept who you are more because they accept that that's what you do. They were not going to do it. They wouldn't do it, but that's what you do. So yeah, but it's not. You don't feel bad. You know you came to learn this amount of stuff for whatever reason. You know you came to learn about this culture and then the ethnicities or tribes within the culture. Like it's deep. It's beautiful and it's beautiful. I think that keeps it exciting, to be honest, because you're not in your comfort zone, and your culture, believe it or not, is a comfort zone. So for you, you got to look at it in a lot of ways. You're gaining because you have the ability to break the habit of being yourself. I'm going to always do it spiritually. Breaking the habit of being yourself. So when you date somebody that's not in your culture, you are definitely breaking the habit because you got to learn stuff. You got to learn different things and the foods. Another thing, Ghanaian, I noticed by men, not even just the one I'm dating, but they really love their own food. I don't, you guys hard pressed to get a Ghanaian to try some different kinds of food. They stick to what they know. Their food is super important. Ooh, I can laugh. Every last one of them, no matter which one. They used to their food. They love their food. And if you're going to make some food for them, you better make theirs. If not, don't even make it. Okay, just forget about it and go eat out, or hopefully he can cook. Mine love Ghanaian food, so I feel that's like your area. So you make the food because I'm not. And if I learn, I won't be learning for long because I'm going to go too raw back and forth too much. So I think like, when you're starting a friendship that you want to turn into a relationship, or you're starting a relationship, let's just say it, I feel like you gotta be like honest about everything about yourself that you know could possibly make a difference in the fact if you have to stay together or not, or even get together or not. And I think, especially if you're dating a Ghanaian or you're dating an African, one of the things for sure is that food. Like some men believe truly that the woman should have the food ready. I'm a businesswoman. I'm in a whole nother, but I'm not the average Ghanaian woman who would probably do that because that's what she do. You know what I'm saying? She maybe was like in a way rare to do. But I'm not really that, and my whole diet is different anyway. And since you like this youthful black woman, this how we stay this way. You know what I'm saying? So I probably not gonna do that. So we're gonna have our little talk today. Talk about it. Like I'm not. No, it's not. I mean, I'm not because I'm just not a cooker in general. I don't even want to cut up my own vegetables. Y'all understand? Like, but I would love to indulge, and I would like to see for both of us. I would like us to get in there and cook together, so I can learn. I want to learn new dishes. I want to learn, and of course, I've been to these vegan restaurants that are more Ghanaian as far as food goes, and traditional. So I would love to make my favorite foods, vegan. But more importantly, I would love for him to make his favorite foods vegan. That's the like happy medium. Like, and he will. I mean, he could. I mean, he's probably vegan. He just do fish, and fish he won't do it here. So that one's not a problem. Like that was before me, y'all. He gave him meat 2-3 years ago before he met me. So look how that worked out. So yeah. So the food, they love their food. If you want to learn how to cook it and cook it, you should. If you're a cook anyway, then you should cook. If I was a cook, I would learn the food and cook it because it'd be better to eat the food locally than not and make it your way. And it's very healthy because it all starts off from raw vegetables, It all starts off from rich soil, It's grown in rich soil and rich seeds. So the food is great. The food is nutritious. It's just sometimes overdoing the palm oil or having the starch every day because a lot of starch, like the Caribbean in a lot of ways, a lot of starch and provisions, they're delicious and they're great, but the moderation. And I think I come with the moderation. I come with the green juices, but he's scared to drink the green juices, y'all. He's scared because it's green. And most people are, but I realize when I make one, it's got to be the best one I've ever made, or if the first one will leave a bad impression. So that, and to stay some salad. So you're going to eat some salad today. So like my seeds or whatever, like I give what I am. I don't try to do what I'm not. And I'm not gonna go backwards either, but I'm also glad that he don't need to have the fish, and definitely don't eat meat. Like we good. So when we make meals, it was vegan. But it would be fun to sit in the kitchen and not just watch, but to make and to learn and to do it with him. That is fun. That is fun. So we had a kitchen experience yesterday, which was really good. Like we were like just having fun in the kitchen, like laughing, joking, all kinds of stuff. So, yeah. But, amen. Love their food. If you don't, you should learn how to cook it if you want to. If do you cook anyway? If you don't, you should learn to get an auntie that loves to cook it. Maybe you should pay for her to do it. You know what I'm saying? But don't go out all the time. They don't really like to go out. You know, somebody told me Kwaku made it so plain. He's like, the idea of going out to eat is very foreign to most Ghanaians. They don't go out to eat. That's not what they would spend their money on. That you can get the local out, meaning just outside with a normal woman that makes the fufu or the wache, or yeah, just go right there. That's eating out for them. That's it. So the idea that you make your own food, first of all, it's smarter, it's cheaper, all the wonderful things, but it's more, it connects you more to a person. I would agree, like, if you know, really, if you want your man, really no matter what the food you make, it should be food made with your hands or his. Because that, you don't want nobody else, you don't want no other woman really making your man's his food, like, no. So I'm gonna go back and say you should learn as I'm learning. And for me, think of it as like a cultural exploration or like travel. When you go, and I took a cooking class and when I was in Colombia. It was one of those part of Airbnb, and they had those little excursions, and one of the classes was cook a traditional Colombian meal, and it was so good and so delicious. But it was all the people that I met. It was people from all over the world. We came to this woman who spoke Spanish and her mother, this big backyard. Oh, the wine we drank, like the food was delicious. The conversation was great. And I took a taxi by myself to find it myself. You know what I'm saying? In a Spanish-speaking country. Like, that was bomb. Like, that was a moment. You see, I never forgot it. And I remember being a white guy, forgetting some part, but both of us was learning Spanish. Mine wasn't too much far behind them. The DR helped me a lot. But it was good. It was great. Like, as far as like, and then we just shared a taxi, and then he got out, and I kept going, and it was beautiful. So I look at this that same way. Like, if I was to come into another country, I really would take a cooking class on how to make the contumely. That would be nice. And then for me, how to creatively make it vegan, which his mama did already, which was great, So yeah, I'm taking all of it as exciting and fun. That this is nothing I've ever done before, and that's how you gotta look at every adventure in your life. You've never done it. It don't have to be done, or it don't even have to look like anything you've ever done. You don't even have to be who you used to be. If you used to not like cooking or used to not like, make it always an relationship. We cook together then. That's more fun, or at least a few nights out of the week. We cook together. Can you imagine a vow, you and your partner, to always cook together? You know how in love that would keep y'all in this kitchen at the same time? How much fun? I mean, maybe you'll turn on the radio, dance, tell jokes. Like, those things are beautiful. So I feel like that's the thing with dating biculturally too. How do you blend both the cultures? And let me say, I think it can happen very naturally. I think that the way I feel like when I see the way he met me, what he met was a Black American woman who was proud of being an African. But first, the Black American woman. So I think that's what attracted him. Just like what attracted me to him was his Ghanaianness. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think I want to come to, when I really think about it, come to Ghana and date a man from my country. When you really think about it, like, why come this far for that? Like, come on. And somebody to help you and navigate and tell you what this music is and what they're saying, and is it a funeral, and it's fun. But I'm just one of those people, like, I'm learning that. Like, I've changed. Like, my heart is way open, so I feel like I'm smarter instead of my heart is way open, and now I feel too vulnerable. Like, when it's open properly, it's not vulnerable you feel. It's like confirmation. You feel like you're on the right track. So relationships for me has to be, no matter what, because that Ghanaian culture is definitely deep, and your culture is deep too. So I feel like y'all got to come to say, we're not trying to please everybody, the family, friends. We got to do what works for us. So what works for us? Because I ain't the traditional woman, and he's not really even the traditional Ghanaian. I mean, that's for all intents and purposes, he's a Rasta, but he's a soldier, so he can't wear his locks. I mean, that's the truth if you really want to get on it. But it's so cool that the Rasta want to be a soldier. Like, the whole thing is just just juxtaposition, boom, 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 It's all of that. But it's constant communication. I don't ever want to assume that I thought it was something or I thought it was something else and you didn't. Ooh, never assume in a relationship. Always ask and be clear. You would want to hear it now than hear it a year down the road later. You should want to know. Like certain, like specific. Well, how do you feel about monogamy? Are you polygamous down the road? How do you feel about cheating? Do you think it's normal? Because remember, you're dealing with a whole other culture, so you got to ask. I mean, they might not call it cheating. So ask that question. You got, oh yeah, now you got to know what the questions. Asking a question from somebody who's a different culture is different than the questions you might ask somebody who's the same. A lot of it is similar, but there's some very special, because what is a taboo in your culture, or at least not a nice thing to do, might be right on. You never know. So clarity is always the key. And the best key, and the hardest one for many, it could be hard, is I feel like anybody you meet, you're getting to know them. Anybody you meet, you're getting to know them if you choose to. And if you choose to, then the operative words is know them. You're getting to know them. So you don't really have to give any much more than that, like conversation, enjoying each other's company, whatever, but that respect, like leave everything else out. You're just dating. You're still dating. Even if you decide that you and him want to date exclusively, that's how I feel. We don't date exclusively, we're still dating. So that don't mean somebody asks you to be their woman, sleep with them the next day. No, don't do it. You're still dating. So I'm having fun. So anyway, he coming over. That's why I say all that. And I think we're gonna cook together. I'm pretty sure we're gonna cook together, and that's gonna be so much fun. And I'm gonna make a salad and I'm gonna make a smoothie. Like I'm gonna make a nice dessert if need be, and he can make all the rest of the food. So hey, yes, ladies. So Fabulous 50. I haven't been over here in a week, so I wanted to come through and just say, all's good. Like all's good. I'm excited. I'm satisfied. I'm content. I'm overjoyed. I'm ecstatic. I'm happy. Been happy. Ghana's a good place for me. I'm seeing all of the videos about people leaving certain parts of Africa and how difficult it was. Yeah, I think we're all learning that, like I said, all of Africa is not the same. I think for diasporans, especially Black Americans, we didn't really understand Africa. Probably, I think we understood it in the best way, that we are from here on some country, and then we're connected, because that is the truth. But I think the cultural things and who we are is who we really are, and who the country you go to, who they really are, and then how some countries are probably just not, like I said, not very prepared to take in and think about the foreigners that want to stay. I mean, we got to be fair. You can't really go from not having to deal with immigration on that level, with especially diasporans. I mean, maybe the Chinese, the other people, the whites, yeah, they're used to that. So they have nothing in place. So I can see why people are going back, and there's different parts. Like I'm glad I'm in West Africa, because that's why I stay. If I didn't see so much of people that look like me, regardless of what they think I'm a foreigner or not, I'm telling you, if I did not see so many people that look like me, I don't think I could stay with, I could say with all honesty that I could live here forever. And I mean that in every single way. And that feel like me. Now we say, look, now let's go to land feels like me. Because we have a feel. The West Africa, there's so many similarities that I see here that Ghanaians do, that Black Americans do too. So many. But I'm glad I'm here. I'm glad I'm here with this. But like I said, a lot of people are leaving, especially Tanzania. That language, you got to get the language. Language makes you feel like, you're going to feel isolated and lonely. My thing is, what I would like for YouTubers as we keep going is that let's just be careful not to put each other down. Especially I feel like I always say, sometimes I think Black Americans come into African countries and feel like they better not say nothing. And they'll even they'll put their own kind of people down. I don't think we should do that. I think we should understand that if people came, bravo, like they get an A+ for getting on the plane. And at least they did something. At least they didn't sit on the couch. I mean, that's beautiful. If you had to go back, that's good. You learned a lot. And you do it differently, or you won't do it, you appreciate you got, or whatever. Sometimes it's not to go to Africa and stay. We used to know that too. We got to have balance. Back in the day when somebody went to Africa, when I was younger, it was the biggest deal because Africa felt so far away and most black people did not go. Didn't have the money to go and some didn't even understand they needed to go. So if they wasn't in the military, they didn't probably travel to Africa. But everybody that did, they loved it. Nobody said they wanted to live there. Maybe they said it, but they understood they needed to be there for that moment. So you can just still come for that. That's still open. Just come, touch down, and get fed, get that travelers feeding, get that high, and know who you are, and go to the rest of the world and be like, I know who I am, so I ain't looking for nothing. I ain't looking for nothing because I already know who I am. And when you come here, you get that. It's still more comfortable. You know you're both black. You know that. You still have a black. I have a black man. So I'm still there's a man and he's black. He's African. I feel just as African as everybody else, even if my accent, my voice, my tone is nothing African. I feel as African, and that is what's going to matter to you, not nothing else. People are very nice, very kind, very loving. You got to know too, if you're walking down the street, most people are not going to know. Maybe by your clothes, they still going to think maybe you're Ghanaian American. So they're not going to know. So I got that. Like nobody's going to question me unless I talk or something. Then they're going to be like, oh, I knew you was from here. Now I know where you're from. But they still feel Africa when they see me. So that's very, very helpful. Very helpful. But they still going to be loving and kind. They still know you are from them. They know that. It's just a cultural thing. Because don't worry, they got the cultural thing between each other. When you with one ethnic group, you feel like you're in another world. I'm hanging with the Airways now. I feel like I came to Ghana in the beginning. Am I still in Ghana? Because that is how the energy of the ethnicities or tribes, they're a chakra in itself. Each tribe is a chakra. And each tribe has a function, and all of it is good. They all are so incredible. It's the same people. It's one people. But it's like Trinidad and Tobago, that same feel. You can call Trinidad and Tobago like split the countries up into tribes. And then you get a different feel. It's one people, but they different, baby. That's how it is to hang out with different ethnicities. Manasa's vibe is all the way different than any Akan. It is just a whole nother airway vibe. And when I still meet an Akan, I still know that. And I like their vibe too, because, that's what I came in as. So, hey, I love me some high life, especially the old stuff. And this is stuff I think they play at the funerals. It's like saying goodbye, farewell. They're beautiful songs. I remember Kwame used to translate to me. I used to, Kwame, translate. It's beautiful. So you be feeling that music. So don't worry, you African. Don't worry if they don't think it. They don't mean no harm. They still like you a lot. And they still consider you part of the family. You just ain't that close, that's all, but you part of it. You just got a lot of, years in between. Don't take it personally. Really don't. Take it good. So, yeah, so I just like to come, I want to document this. I want to, to see where I was, 5 years from now and just understanding. But for me, it's all about, I'm way better at dating, I think. Especially if you date somebody that want to date, like not the games. Once you don't have the games, then you could actually date. I'm a much better dater this round. Like I could feel it, see it. Like I grew a lot in that 1 year of celibacy that I didn't even say, oh, I'm gonna have a year of celibacy. It just happened, and it happened in the perfect time. That 1 year I did so much. Like I just came in, boom, right, just living. The 1 year was very special, very needed, very comforting. Technically, yes, I could say from my separation from the ex, it's been 2.5 years. But I feel like but I was going country to country and I was doing me for sure. But I don't know, this felt like somebody said, sit down and self-actualize, get into yourself, and I did, like I really, really did. So dating now for me it's more about knowing what I want, understanding what it could be, and then a lot of communication. And if the person is open to that, you're going to be okay. If the person is a communicator and wants to listen and ask questions you're okay. I think the focus both have to be on what if it's got to be mutual like outcome. Like what do you both really want? Some don't want the same thing. You don't want the same thing, then you decide what you want the relationship to be. But I'm flowing. This thing, this I was thinking about this painting that's called Love Flow. Love Flow. That's a dope picture. I just got to stand there for a minute. There's a lot of joy in that picture. That's my manifestation picture right there. So y'all, if you have never taken a sacred housekeeping class with me, it is not, it is spiritual, it is African, it is dope. You should take it. And if you have taken it, you know everyone is different. Because usually I'm teaching it from a different, sometimes straight location or just state of mind or some big thing happened or great thing, you know. So yeah, it is next month. It starts August 14th, something like that. You should check it over 3 weekends, $97. And we teach you how to, you really want, you can have it. You already have it. And then we also, on June 26th, we're going to be starting our back to our 21 day, because tomorrow's our last day for this session. So all those that were waiting for this session to be over, it is tomorrow, and then the Monday the 26th, so not the Monday after Sunday, the week from that Monday. We will be resuming the 21 day. We're going to still focus on the heart, but something else is coming up for me. And I think it's going to be the body. Like really just, we go through all the chakras, but we're trying to heal the bodies, and not just the physical body. We did a lot with the heart, you can see, but not with just the physical body, but healing the ethereal bodies, ethereal bodies, the auric bodies, the cosmic bodies, the ancestral bodies. Like, because there's a lot, we talked about ascended masters, we talk about the guardians, the angels, you know, ancestors. There's a lot of that's kind of chaotic in our energy centers. What I mean by that is we've called up a lot, especially very spiritual people, and there's a lot of confusion. Sometimes even in our essential or the space where we go to for ascension, and the space where we go to where real loved ones have moved into ascension. So some of us are calling up a lot of ancestors and not really sending them back in a sense, or allowing them to do the work they do for others as well. We just have a lot of, you know, just spiritual clutter. Yeah, it's like spiritual cleaning. It's like spiritual clutter. And I could feel it. I've never said nothing like this. I don't know, you know, where it's coming from. Like, I never knew this could be a thing. I didn't know it could be spiritual clutter. But it comes from the constant looking for answers in numerous places. Yeah, it comes like a constant calling of this and that, and the readings and this and that and this and that, deviations here and there. Just like anything, your body needs a detox. Your spirit needs a detox. Your spiritual energy, your spiritual aura needs a detox. So we're detoxing. And I think overnight heart did it. So that's what I think the next concentration is going to be. The heart's in there, but we're going to do a heavenly bodies detox. How to get rid of spiritual clutter. That's the next 21-day meditation. We have to, like, you're going to all be thankful for all of it, because if you're watching me, then you love a lot of stuff. And you love a lot of spiritual stuff. And you watch a lot of spiritual people, and you've done a lot of spiritual things. Spiritual clutter. We got to clean the slate, start all over again. It's like the sebum on the hair. If it stays on the scalp, you got to pull it down to bring it down to coats. Other than that, it stays stuck up there, and your hair looks dry. So we got to clean the source, because even the source can get cluttered. It's cluttered. I could feel it in all of us. We have a lot of, not I'm feeling almost, I'm not going to say go that deep, but I can feel that there's many of us that have spiritual clutter that kind of sits around us, and we want to let that go. That's how you're able to open your heart. That's how you're able to let others in. That's how you're able to drop down into your heart when you come in too much up here. Yeah. Get rid of that clutter. So that's our concentration for the next one. Yeah. And then listen to all the spiritual music, like it was all night long, then it stopped. Like I guess you can't literally stop. So you just go all night in the morning. I'm getting spiritually cleansed like a mother. And it's overcast. It's a day to be in the house. When I see him got malaria, so he's recovering. And I got an eye thing, so we chilling. I think we're gonna play some Scrabble. Let's see how smart he is. All right, ladies. Thank you for tuning in. Chris, I like to hear up. Thank you. Synovia, greetings to you. I'm glad you are open enough to enjoy this experience. Thank you, Synovia. Protect your relationship. Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. Thank you, darling. Exist in Nature Media says the Ghanaian I was in a relationship with in the U.S. mindset was stuck. He didn't like to do anything. Oh, I know that's not a good thing. And let's talk about that. I like that I can access your meditations via email and meditate on my schedule. Oh, I'm so glad. And ladies, you can. If you don't feel like you can be there at 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, thank you, Synovia. You could. All meditations are recorded, and you receive it almost immediately after the recording. And if you want to watch it later, you can watch it another day. They are all there, and they're yours, and they will stay there. So just wanted to make sure. So thank you for that. You know what, too? I wonder now. Let's say this: that I'm blessed. I don't know if it's age or just personality, but he is younger than me, so the energy's there. And but I think with most men, like like I was telling him, I don't want this like we just chill out. They say Netflix and chill. Ooh, that's not gonna do it for me. See, I'll warn you. I'll let you know. Like we need to go. The same things we've been doing is the same things we're gonna continue to do, or you will lose me. Like I think we should be honest too. If we know that that's a thing, if we had it before and we're not trying to have it again, I was in a relationship like that, just very kind of a little boring, a lot of boring, and I'm not boring. I need to go out. Sometimes, even if I'm tired, sometimes I will go out because I need to go out. It's just one of those things. And or if you been taking me places, and then now it's new, like conversation, because they'll tell you, and you ask from the beginning, what kind of person are you? Do you prefer to stay in the house? Would you like to go out? I think a lot of them love to go out because I mean I know he was a partier for sure. His and the sisters in his group, I mean his age group and his friends are all partiers because they're in that party still stage, late 20s, early 30s stage. So they're in their party stage, but sometimes they get with you, even their girlfriend, but a lot of times you, and they think you got all that goddess energy. That I just want to chill and relax. No, that won't work for me. That will not work for me. The way you got me is the way you're gonna keep me. And I think conversations, and then knowing that about yourself, I don't do that. Ooh, no. Sit up in my house. I lay in my house. I sleep in my house. We don't sit up in my house. Like I can sit there by myself. Like look at me. I done got started, didn't I? My lip is purple. What did I have? I don't know what I had, but I had something, but I just don't even know that my tongue is that purple. I gotta think about it. So, yes, ladies, like, no. We don't do that. We don't sit up in the house, okay? We don't, no, we don't do it. Oh, I think it's the herb I'm taking. We'll see. We don't do it, okay? So, yeah, y'all, just conversation, communication, tell who you are, listen to who they are, and if you get here early, you'll be okay. Yeah, so I got you. Thank you. I'm a Sagittarius, so I need to be introduced to. Yes, those Sagittarius, they're natural travelers too. My daughter's a Sag, so, oh yeah, got to. It's got to be. I tell you, I'm so clear, and let's see, it's nice to get clear. Like, I'm so clear, and I'm just going to make sure the other person's clear. Not that they need to agree. They just need to be clear with you are, because if they can't, it's okay, because that could be like a deal breaker. Especially, like I said, too, if you were taking me places, like, we need to continue that. We need to make sure we come in the house at nighttime, okay? That's it. So, yeah. So, it's good. It's good stuff. Good stuff. But, yeah, ladies, I'm going to get ready to go. I love y'all so much. And I just wanted to chit-chat with you and say, go to the website. We got the new meditation starting again, 21 day. And then we got the intensive, which is about the housekeeping, sacred, spiritual. And that's a 3-weekend course. So go to the website, AfrocentricHomeDesign.com. Check it out. And there's specials on there as well. enjoy. Love you, ladies. Peace and love.